I want to get into this first map as we kind of get everybody loaded in here. Spider Islands, obviously, I think one of the most vertical maps in the game in my mind, right? Because of how many buildings you can leap off of, how much high ground you can take. I think, heroes like Namor, you've mentioned specifically Loki is a very popular pick on this map. Do you expect any other sort of heroes to come out of this with the new meta change that we've come in? I expect a ton of Namor just because of the Hulk Gamma team up that's come up. Do you expect anything like maybe Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch? Are you expecting maybe more Rocket Raccoon? I think the verticality of this map really lends itself to some of those more airborne heroes like Storm and Human Torch, Iron Man even.
Yeah, I mean, for Spider Islands, when it comes down to it, the rooftops on the very first point and even the verticality on the second point, they allow a lot of opportunity for Hela, for Namor, for people to just like really play a good anti-dive. But at the same time, all these changes, a lot of people might not be as confident, right? And so we might be seeing a ton of Venom. We might be seeing a ton of proper dive stuff, or it could just be, hey, let's play safe. We don't know these changes. It's going to be double shield, and this new team up looks pretty strong. So we really could get into anything.
Yeah, but already before we get into the game, before we get into the tournament, we do have to thank one of our very gracious sponsors, QOR Gaming. They are a premier Las Vegas-based esports organization. They compete in Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, the oh so luscious fighting game community, and obviously they sponsored this Marvel Rivals tournament, maybe their first foray. They also host exciting events locally and online, so if you need a trip to go to Vegas, maybe you've lost in blackjack, well, maybe you can go visit a QOR Gaming event. You can follow them for top-tier gameplay, exclusive content, and community events, and obviously our very own Kate is a member of the QOR Gaming family, so make sure to follow at QOR Gaming on Twitter, and then at QOR_gaming on Twitch for all those latest crazy events. Like I said, Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, the fighting game community, they host a breadth of events. I'm sure there's something in it for you guys.
Yeah, and we start off with a Bruce Banner ban and a Hela ban. So we'll see what the first pick is going to be here. Very hyped to see what Strat Pack has in store. I got to see Strat Pack last week with a slightly different roster, and to see them kind of come through right now, it's going to be good to see like what they've learned, especially how they can take advantage of this new update. We can also see that Guardians of the Sun, they're going to be saving the Groot to start things off here.
Yeah, it's really spicy as well. We get a sneak peek of the new pick and ban system that Marvel Rivals have rolled out. I know, already, like you mentioned, they said they're going to try to release a hero every month. As we get more heroes in the game, obviously, Artie, we need more bans. So this is kind of cool. A little bit of a sneak peek on who is going to be saved, who is going to be kind of kept away here. And I love that we see the Groot save into the Punisher ban because the infinite ammo got removed from Bucky specifically, or Winter Soldier. Punisher and Rocket Raccoon are the premier wall-busting DPS. After that, it gets really, really tough to knock down these Groot walls. Doctor Strange being banned is pretty interesting, maybe because Lum is hovering that Scarlet Witch, and, obviously we got to see a lot of these guys play last week. Maybe we're just a little bit afraid of that team-up that has amped up her damage so much, but this Moon Knight save as well. I mean, Artie, can you talk to me about all the buffs that came in for Moon Knight? I think it's a little excessive.
Oh yeah, I mean the buffs for Moon Knight is it's kind of wild because not only does his left click go faster, but also he has the Moonblade where you get 25 bonus health on each enemy hit. And so it's like you're kind of just creating a new way to play this guy. Like we have a brand new sort of strategy for how Moon Knight's supposed to be played, especially on Convoy. It's gonna be great. Not only that, but he used to have, the grappling hook, which was an ability that was in the game. Now it actually kind of is useful because it doesn't just take 12 hours to go from point A to point B.
Yeah, it's super fast, and like you mentioned, that health that you mentioned, he gets from that right click, that Moonblade. I think it's going to make him a much more brawl heavy character, and it might be the answer that this team needs here. Although we already see it, right? Strat Pack on their side, they've locked in the combo here. The Moon Knight Groot combo is absolutely devastating. It's a 1-2 punch. And they've also, I believe, increased the amount of talons that drop from his ultimate. So the damage is there. You do have to center a little bit more. So you have to aim. It's kind of like the Namor ult now. But I mean, how easy is it to just see, oh, my Groot ulted. I'm going to drop my Moon Knight ult right on top of them. It's most likely going to be a near ace, if not a team-wide ace.
What I'm really excited for, though, for Guardians of the Sun is to see the new team up with Captain America and Winter Soldier. So with this team up, right, you get basically you remove the nerf that happened to Captain America, right? So he now gets his health back. So he gets 100%, or he gets 100 more health, 5% more damage. We have now removed the nerf to Captain America. Then Winter Soldier gets the stellar impact, which we'll see it play out because it's hard to explain. But with the stellar impact, it provides a lot of new opportunities for both Captain America and the Winter Soldier to get in and really bully whatever part of their holding pattern they decide to enter into.
Yeah, as you kind of get this first point kicked off right now, Synthics gets up a huge kill, a good pick onto DJ right there. This Hawkeye also got buffed, does more damage with that arrow, and just you kind of see these Hawkeyes play a more closer brawl-orientated style with the range reduction on their damage. They just have to play closer, and they kind of do virtually the same thing here. It will be kind of tough. Synthics has picked up another kill as well onto Maple Zebra, and oh my lord, just right now, the attacking side is just rolling through this team.
Oh yeah, McTwisty is an absolute menace. He just dove in and forced the entire back line to stare at him while the rest of the attack just held pattern on the point and fought up. That was picture perfect. And Chibi, I think that this is a full, like, no momentum loss push for the attack here as they're about to clean up checkpoint 1.
Yeah, really, really well played. I mean, those picks by Synthics specifically kind of kicks off those fights. It felt like it was a permanent 5v6 for them, and yeah, like you said, pretty clean point 1 take. Now, Artie, you've seen it, I've seen it. This point 2 is arguably the hardest point to take out of all the convoy maps in existence. I feel like it's so difficult with all the different bends, with all the different terrain out here. The defense can really position themselves to stall out this point 2 very, very quickly.
1000%. I mean, we're looking at Jaro just really showing off how to play Groot, right? As the Dawn, he's doing a great job so far. We're going to see that newly buffed Moon Knight ult come through, and Vanster will find the pick onto Chimera there. Actually wild as Synthics. He's going to get the double kill on to not only Moon Knight, but he also takes out the Namor as well. That is going to be a very massive pickup for the attackers here to kind of regain a little bit of that lost momentum. But for the attack, they are actually wilding right now. So Chimera, on the way back through, still has the Invisible Woman ult.
Yeah, and it looks like Strat Pack just cannot get their foot in the sand right now. Consistently, every time they're looking to contest, every time they look to get around this point, a pick happens, somebody gets picked off, and it's a 5v6 right now. There is hope for them, though. They do have the Magneto ultimate available. DJ as well is going to have that Namor ultimate. They have some skills here to actually look to pick up some of these kills right now, but it doesn't look like Guardians of the Sun are relenting right now.
Oh yeah, this is great. Especially we're seeing Synthics pop out the ultimate. A lot more damage is going to come through. He's going to utilize that to take out Namor. We see Nunny go crazy. Jaro as well going to be able to take out Cater Taunts. This is going wild, but as the Dawn, he's swapped off of the Groot, now onto the Captain America. He's got the ult available. Let's see him go wild with it as he smacks everybody out, but unable to find a pick just yet. On the other side of it, though, McTwist, he takes one out before he's going to be able to get countered by DJ. Looks like as the Dawn, unable to create impact with his ultimate.
Moon Knight ultimate does come in, picks up Chimera. The defensive side is looking to stall this out right now, right before the cap as well. Really good from Eyes of the Dawn to use that Captain America ultimate to stall. One of the only characters I know that can simply stall a point by himself with that ultimate, but unfortunately, the offensive comes in. Guardians of the Sun, quick kills from Synthex. DJing, pick it up onto Noonie here right now. They're battling back and forth for 3 meters, Artie. This has been the longest that the defense has been able to hold them. But with the quick kills from McTwisty and Synthex specifically, these guys are just running the show for Guardians of the Sun.
It is the exact same thing that you said like 20 seconds ago, but this time for the attack. When McTwisty popped his ult just to sustain through it and make sure that, you know, the moment that invisible barricade went down, that the attackers were ready to play off of it. Not only that, but we can see Nooney, he's ready to dive in. He's got the Kraken Impact available, ready to go at any moment. Chimera C as well, still ready to pop the invisible barricade. Synthix almost has that ult recharged. It's looking really good for the attack as they try to push through what is one of the hardest choke points, which looks like for now, Strat Pack is planning on holding with their life.
Yeah, Nooney should just pop this ultimate right now. We know the Invisible Woman ultimate and Luna's ultimate are down right now. Chimera pops their Invisible Barrier, but she immediately goes down. So unfortunately, that ultimate is not available. Eyes of the Dawn and the rest of the defensive team are running back here, and it looks like DJ is just trying to keep Synthix off the ground. Eyes of the Dawn picks up another with the Captain America, and it finally looks like Strat Pack are trying to hold them off, but not until Jaro Jaro takes them down. Synthix wins the 1v1 against DJ, Artie.
Oh, every single time it looks like Strat Pack finally has an in. They finally get a pick. It's never for free. Even now, Maple Zebra takes out Synthix, but at what cost? The rest of the team is unable to get through. McTwisty, he's in their backline. He's diving in. He's going crazy. There is going to be a nice little pop of 2 different ultimates in the cheaper Town Hall as well as the Assemble coming out from Eyes of the Dawn. And that's going to be a huge pickup for the defense as they're going to be able to hold this in. McTwisty pops his ult, can't make use of it, and the attackers are wiped out. This is what Strat Pack needed, but they've got a long time to go before they can clutch this out.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes right now. Ult economy very heavily in their favor right now. Maple Zebra has that Meteor available. Hard Out has the Luna Snow ultimate. We also got Vanster ready with that Moon Knight. 2 defensive ultimates up, plus 2 offensive sided ultimates. You can really look to stall the point out, and that's exactly what Vanster is going to do. He's going to pick up 2 on the back end. Everybody on the side of the Guardian of the Suns go down, and that's another, 30 seconds burned with just 1 ult usage there. Maybe Strat Pack can look to hold this.
They might be able to if they play their ults correctly. So Cater Tots and Hard Out, they've both got those support ults, and we know that absolutely nothing has changed moving into Season 2 about pacing around your support ults. Over on the side of attack, though, Guardians of the Sun, they are still working on charging those ults. If they go down too early here, oh, but Cater Tot's going to be burning the invisible barricade here. That is going to be important. That being said, it's being burned when I believe they could have probably held through without needing it. Eyes of Dawn going to be charging very aggressively towards the backline. He gets caught out by the Squirrel Girl, and that's going to be Captain America going down. This could be a detriment to the defense there. Vanster very narrowly making it out alive. There's all the rest of the attackers file in. Guardians of the Sun, this is looking good as McTwisty and Jaro Jaro, they're getting in there, they're getting their hands dirty. Hard Out gonna be pulling the last remaining support up for the side of the defense, but the attackers are ready with their own. Chimera goes down as Maple Zebra dunks on both supports.
Very, very good Magneto ultimate coming out, stalls them out. Jaro Jaro pops the ultimate, but brother, you could have just held it for a little bit longer here. Your team has already fallen, and Guardians of the Sun, a last-ditch effort almost, it felt like. But you've got 40 seconds. You didn't need to burn all of that. The ultimate economy still roughly in your favor. Lum has that Luna Snow ultimate available for this last push. McTwisty as well. Magneto ultimate being built up, but Eyes of the Dawn has the Venom ultimate, and Vanster is slowly but surely building towards Moon Knight here. DJ goes down to the 5v6 right now. Last 30 seconds. This is the last fight of the match, Artie.
Absolutely. Synthix and Nooney, they're going to grab a good one. Nooney as well. There's no more supports for the defense. And as DJ comes out of spawn, it's going to be up to him to try to hold this out for at least a little bit longer. But Eyes of the Dawn, he is stalling very well there. The ultimate doing quite a bit to give him just enough sustain through. But alongside that, we've got Lum popping the Luna Snow, which is going to be able to survive just long enough before they can deal with that. Here's the Moon Knight ult from Vanster. Won't find any picks yet, but the damage pushes people off the point. They need to get back on there quickly, but look at this. Cater Tot's going to be popping the invisible barricade. This is a good amount of time for the defense to be able to reset fully as DJ swaps over to Spider-Man. We'll see him dive in, trying to find a good opportunity to steal and kidnap a singular piece of the enemy's back line. And as Vanster finalizes a kill onto Nooney, Jaro Jaro will go down. This is looking great for the defensive Strat Pack. They have locked in, but here it is. It's Chimera pulling out the invisible barricade, but Maple, he hits it every time.
Maple hits a massive Magneto ultimate, and then the rest of the defense is going to reward him kindly as they push back the Guardians of the Sun here. Strat Pack finally looking to maybe. Nooney pops the ultimate. Wait a minute, Artie. It's been flipped on its head. Guardians of the Sun with the last-ditch effort from Nooney.
Oh my goodness. There's not enough time for things, but now they did it. Nooney put that on his back with Synthix landing the shots to clean it all up. The damage output from that Star-Lord is rivaled only by those at the very top.
It looked so good for Strat Pack, Artie. It looked like they were going to win the fight. Maple Zebra landed clutch ult after clutch ult onto Chimera and Lum there. But somehow, some way, Nooney was at 70% ult charge when overtime hit. Somehow built the Galactic Legend and absolutely ripped through Strat Pack at the end there to knot it up 3-0 right now. Strat Pack have to give on an electric performance here just to get the tie so they can potentially win map 1 here. I mean, what a clutch performance from Guardians of the Sun there.
I mean, at the very beginning, right? It was, okay, yeah, Strat Pack, this just wasn't your map. GG, we go next for map 2. But then they held it for so long, right? 2.5 minutes. That's no easy feat. And not only that, but I mean, it was so close, but it always comes down to just those final couple of fights. I think that if potentially one of the support ults on the side of Strat Pack didn't get burned without being needed, they could have had an opportunity to stay alive just a little bit longer.
And now sides have swapped here. It looks like Guardians of the Sun are going to keep relatively the same composition, although Synthix has opted in for Mr. Fantastic, who's got a plethora of changes in this patch, has made him just a little bit more tanky, a little bit more annoying. Looks like on the side of Strat Pack, though, they're going to relatively keep the same comp. Cloak and Dagger will be able to provide that team up to Vanster, who's been having a damn good Moon Knight game. Already has built his ultimate to 50%, by the way.
Oh my goodness, it's really quick to charge, especially the extra damage output coming out from Moon Knight. We're seeing Vanster actually find out pretty much exactly how he needs to play, but McTwisty, he's figured that out as well. He's gonna be able to land a couple shots there as Vanster gets a little overzealous touching the point. Synthix, though, going wild. My absolute GOAT playing Mr. Fantastic. I love Mr. Fantastic, even before this update, but after this update, he has just gotten so out of control. The base health increase, the damage increase, the new effect of the flexible elongation where you just get that slowing. It's kind of wild to see that Mr. Fantastic got the buff, but for now, at the very least, Synthix, he will go down as Cater Tots finalizes a good opportunity to just keep that consistent damage profile going through. But here we go, another legendary coming out from Nooney. We know how terrifying these can be.
Yeah, I mean, just hard carried that last kind of attack on that side. Is now just looking to kind of push the attacking side on the back end, right? Defensive side, Nooney does a good job staggering these individuals down. And Eyes of the Dawn and DJ just can't seem to get it together on this pick. The 1-2 Venom Spider-Man punch that we can see has taken so many supports' lives, right? Whether it's Chimera, whether it's Lum, they're just not able to kind of push through here. And Guardians of the Sun have been doing a really good job holding it on this first point.
Oh, absolutely. And this is what you want to see on this first point. This is such a good area to take advantage of. But DJ and Vanster, they're gonna make sure that they can punch through it. 4 ults being burnt right now. It's gonna be a battle of those Lunar Snow ults. Let's see for McTwisty, not able to make that same level of impact here like Maple Zebra always does. And that is gonna allow the attackers to flood through this choke point here. Vanster making absolute use of that Moon Knight ultimate. Now the rest of the attack, they're gonna be able to push up close, but for Strat Pack, they gotta keep that zone moving fast. For the defense, they're not back out yet. They're not trying to stall through just yet, but with only one person on the point on the attack, might be moving slow enough to give Guardians one more chance to stall this out. Looks like they're lining up to do it. They have to jump in soon. Only about 5 meters remain. They make it in to stall it out before that point gets hit.
Ops to Mr. Fantastic ultimate finally gets a kill as well. They gave that some buffs as well. And honestly, right now, Guardians of the Sun, they're able to hold it right before checkpoint 1. You've got maybe one more fight for Strat Pack here. Maple Zebra does have that Magneto ultimate available, and he has been absolutely killer. It doesn't feel like a skill shot, right?
No, it doesn't. But I mean, the thing is that so many teams don't understand the impact of moving that point just a little bit faster. If they had 3 people on that point from the moment they finished that last team fight, they would have gotten the checkpoint. They wouldn't have to worry about being shoved into a locker right now. And this is why it is so important to know even just the small micro mechanics of this game. Because as Synthix continues to just punch and punch and punch and take out 2, he will get traded out by Vanster, but look at the absolute amount of progress the defense has made at pushing the attackers back.
And the clock is at 15 seconds here. They've got one more fight. Good ultimate from Kater to actually get the fight going, put them in contention for this point. But Chimera smartly matches with the invisible onto Vancer, drops the moon onto their head, and it might just be enough for them to cap this point here, but they're not done. Strat Pack and Guardians of the Sun trading back and forth, but a massive double kill coming out from Jar Jar. Make that a triple on this Groot, and those walls are going to completely stall out Strat Pack here. Guardians of the Sun hold it on the first point, Artie.
An actual insane combo with the Groot ult being perfectly timed into that Meteor M. I have never seen something so beautiful. And I mean, what a way to cap off the map, right? But like I said, especially on Convoy, if you do not respect pushing the point faster, you will pay the price. And that is exactly what happened to Strat Pack there. They thought they would be able to get away with it with just having one person on the point. But remember, it scales. You need 3 people on the point to push it at maximum speed. And that little bit of extra speed would have made the difference there. So it just goes to show, you have to learn every single aspect of this game. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for Map 2. We told you it'd be a quick break. Did you not believe me? I'm speaking into your brains. Remember, there's no mic here. I'm just speaking into your brains. You didn't believe me?
Well, I didn't have time. I was going to go grab a snack. I was going to go make some tea, but like you said already, it was a very quick break here. And
Marvel
quickly
Rivals.
into map 2 here, already Midtown, the second convoy map of this best of 3 series. Like we mentioned, it's all convoy, right? There's no domination, no convergence, nothing like that. And like we said, you get a preview of the new pick and ban system where it's 3 bans and 2 saves. And I felt like Guardians of the Sun did a very good job using the pick and ban system. They saved probably some of their best characters, like Jaro on the Groot. I believe it was actually Strat Pack that ended up saving the Star-Lord, but it was Noonie who showed up on the Guardians of the Sun side. I mean, I'm very surprised. I feel like we're gonna get a little bit more diversity. Like I said, I don't think Jaro is getting that Groot again.
I don't think Jar Jar is getting the Groot again. I don't think Star-Lord's coming out again. Yeah, Groot's out. No Groot. There we go. Already insta-banned here. I mean, that being said, though, think about the heroes that weren't banned that still had impact. I mean, I'm thinking about Synthix on the Squirrel Girl, on the Mr. Fantastic. You don't ban those agents, but you definitely control the map with them. Star-Lord save. All right. We're going to see Noonie go crazy again, even though, once again, it's a Strat Pack Star-Lord save.
Yeah, and I really want to see them maybe index more into that Guardians composition. I know Adam Warlock got nerfed. I know Mantis got some amazing buffs as well. Like, I feel like they can, if they really want to run this Star-Lord, just give him the full res, give him that full resurrection comp ability, and just have him go crazy, right? Have your Star-Lord player go absolutely bonkers. I like that they're respecting the Vanster Moon Knight. They played against it once, and they're like, you know what? Even though we won, the amount of ultimates that Vanster got was absolutely insane. That Moonblade, plus, like you said, the increased projectile speed on the auto attacks just allow you to build that ultimate super fast. And fun fact, Artie, Moon Knight has one of the fastest building ultimates out of the DPS in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just because of the insane amount of damage he's able to do, the amount of score that hero makes. So, seeing him banned, not surprising. Oh. Yeah, and you called it. Adam Warlock being saved here, no doubt to play in tandem with that Star-Lord. We are for sure seeing, you know, the Adam Warlock triple support res comp pass through here to Season 2. And granted, we can't use Emma Frost in this tournament, but, I mean, throughout just the entire meta of Season 2, I think that we're going to see that support comp move in with Emma Frost as, like, the primary Vanguard.
Yeah, and smartly so. Guardians of the Sun are just gonna ban out the Mantis, so at least remove 1/3 of that triple support composition. But I still feel like you could run this Adam Warlock, Invisible Woman Loki, or like Loki Luna with Adam Warlock. It's not impossible to just run both of them just to get that passive going, that you know, resurrection ability. Hela's gonna be banned off the table. I understand why. That character is disgusting. That hero somehow got buffed. I know they like increased the cooldown on the Crow, but that doesn't matter. That's not the issue with her. It's the fact that she can like 2-shot you from a mile away here. As we do some of these, CC some of these comps loading into the map here. Mind you, Doctor Strange still banned out, so we're not going to get to see the Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch team up. But it looks like Synthix is going to go back onto the Hawkeye. And Artie, I know you mentioned the Squirrel Girl, the Mr. Fantastic, but on the offensive side, at least for like, what, let's see, the first 2.5 points, Synthix was frying them on the Hawkeye.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, that's the thing about Synthix is that no matter what he plays, he is able to make it work. And especially on this map, I feel like on attack, it could be a little risky. It's easy to get shoved into a corner and sort of backed into a wall on the attacking side of this first checkpoint. But for Synthix, I think he's banking on the fact that the defense is likely going to be just matching pace with the entire front line. And it's going to give him an opportunity to get into some awkward side areas. But DJ going to do his best to try and cut that off as well. We see DJ already side peeking out with that Star-Lord, looking to possibly find a moment of entry to do some damage on Synthix. But it's quickly healed up, and he's going to reposition out.
Yeah, a little bit of role swapping happening here. You remember last map, Lum was unsupported. He now has opted in for the Winter Soldier. And Jaro, the group main that we talked about, graciously steps down from that position and is willing to do the Luna Snow duty here. Synthix still on that attack, and Vanster actually picks up a kill. That is a regular vanilla Namor. There's no team up happening, right? He's just got 2 squids, some spears, and a dream here, and right now has stuffed out. As I say that, I apologize. My bad. That was a really horrendous caster curse.
That was the best curse I think I've seen all day. Yeah, unfortunately, it's calamari time on the side of Guardians, to be honest, and we will be seeing Namor swapped away in favor of a slightly different composition here. Vanster are going to be rocking back through with Punisher. See Adam Warlock going to be going in with his little bit of a kind of a save point to go through there. DJ tries to get out utilizing the passive, but unfortunately not going to work out there as both CC and DJ get taken away. It's Guardians of the Sun that take the first point. And check this out, more than one person pushing. Oh, yeah, come on, get back on there. There you go. More than one person.
I don't think they're in any fear right now of getting contested at this last point. It also feels like Strat Pack just do not have an answer for Captain America right now. I mean, a strong character in his own right? Got a ton of micro buffs from season to season here, but McTwisty has just been doing work on America's favorite soldier right now. When you pair that up with Lum, who has that new team up, I mean, these two can just absolutely go crazy here. They've already pushed back Strat Pack, and they're just looking to put more as McTwisty pops the ultimate and gets the reflect onto Vinster.
Oh my goodness, that is how you use the new Captain America Winter Soldier team up. This is some oppression moving through from the Guardians of the Sun there. Strat Pack, they're gonna have to draw up some new strats to try to deal with this, because look at how aggressive they are playing with this. McTwisty, he's just launching forward and Synthix cleans it up. It's almost a full team wipe here for Strat Pack.
Yeah, McTwisty has never seen a dive that has looked bad, right? I just see him constantly pressing forward on the Captain America. You want space? McTwisty's going to give you so much. You can open up a parking lot here, and it looks like Strat Pack are going to try to contest this final point, or at least on the final push on this second point here. And there it is. CC has locked in the thing, and they're going to go in. Why not? It's clobbering time, Artie!
Oh, absolutely, but unfortunately for CC, she's unable to throw enough haymakers to make a change here. It is going to be a rough time of it. Hard Out going to be trying to save the day there with the Luna Snow ultimate. It will work through as DJ Maple take out Lum and Chimera. This could be the space they needed, but here we go. The little Captain America ultimate going to be coming through, and that is like a micro strategist ult in and of itself. McTwisty, he's just going ham on the enemies, but unfortunately, he's the only one there, a little bit outside of his strategist range. He will be able to make it out. CC will say, no, you can't get out for free. CC dives in, takes out Jaro and McTwisty. Looks like Strat Pack, they're in to stay.
And they're running the unstoppable tank duo here, the Magneto and Thing. It's just a beautiful tank duo. CC on this thing, can peel back from McTwisty, can also abuse the fact that Nuni is playing Magneto. You can't really block any of those haymakers like we mentioned, and the access to the backline is absolutely amazing here. We'll see if Guardians aren't able to pick up a kill. Squirrel Girl Vanster does pop that ultimate here and picks up 2 kills. Guys, you gotta go to high ground. You either shoot it or you run. You can't just let it run through you. A good use of the Squirrel Girl ultimate. Rarely do I see that thing pick up 2 kills, Artie.
That's actually wild, because this is what Strat Pack did. They needed to change something up, and they figured out you just gotta throw CC on the thing. Because when you see CC coming out of spawn, here's the thing.
I'm waiting. Bated breath. What is the thing?
It's been done to death, but I still love it every time.
I know, it's such a good joke. And right now, unfortunately, Chimera's gonna have to deal with the thing in their backline right now. Let's see if we can get back to safety. We do pop the Invisible Woman ultimate here right now, Cater Tots, in response to Lum's Kraken impact. But again, McTwisty, every time we pan to this guy, he's just in your backline, and Syntix has opted off for the Psylocke, has opted, you know what? Let me not go, Hawkeye. Let me dive with you, McTwisty. Let me give you that extra bit of damage as he's chasing down Hard-Eye. DJ pops the ultimate, Galactic Legend in tow, picks up a kill, but I don't think it's enough, Artie. Finally, Guardians of the Sun are able to push this 2.2.
Oh no. Oh, here we go. Maple could make an impact, but it's still not going to be enough, even if that kill comes through, which it does. Oh, but it did. It bought enough time for CC to be there. Let's see if the pacing is right. It might be. Chimera will pop the invisible barricade to keep the rest of the Guardians up for just a bit longer. CC doing absolute work here. Numbers as those haymakers just continue to flow through. But McTwisty, he's going to be able to pop in that assemble. That will keep the team alive for just a bit longer, but the Lunar Snow ult, it's a little bit more powerful. We will see the Guardians have to dive back for a little bit more space, but as CC takes out Jar Jar and Chimera, no more supports for the Guardians. That's gonna mean a dead push. That's gonna mean more time. There's only enough time for one more good fight here as the Guardians try to back away.
And Syntix pops the Psylocke ultimate there, maybe looking to pick up a kill or two, maybe to keep the push going. Would have been invaluable in this final fight here. 30 seconds, and Nuni picks up a kill on Advancer, but CC trades Syntix as well, so it's a 5v5 for this final push.
Fortunate timing. They needed Syntix for this. That's huge.
Chimera pops that ultimate there. And we see right now Nuni and the rest of the gang, they're trying to push through. 10 seconds right now. McTwisty's going in. Nuni has the ultimate available. Vanster as well has the big Beluga Whale. DJ has Galactic Legend up once again here. 5% until it's up. You surely can pop this to stifle out Guardian of the Sun right now.
Unfortunately, McTwisty was unable to get healed up. The supports just weren't in the right spot. But look at this. It could be huge, but unfortunately for the Guardians, everyone's gonna end here with Strat Pack coming in tow with the return of CC. They just needed the team captain, the GOAT herself, CC, coming through to make sure that Strat Pack doesn't just get blown out of this tourney early.
Really, really good thing swap there. I mean, absolutely answers pretty much every single problem that Strat Pack had, right? Deals with the Captain America, deals with the Magneto. You can dive the backline. There wasn't a whole lot of peel as well. When you saw CC charge back in, Jaro and Chimera just couldn't really handle the thing right now. And with Lum on the Winter Soldier, you can't grab him. You can't really CC, unfortunately, no pun intended. And I think it's really tough. I think this thing is the answer. But now, with Rocket Raccoon, with Punisher up, are they going to swap to what is arguably one of things hardest counters, right? Infinite ammo absolutely turns this guy into pebbles.
Absolutely. Another thing I'm excited for as well is we can see Syntix and Vanster locking in Squirrel Girl. So both of these teams are just going to be throwing nut all over the place, which is always a fun thing to watch.
Squirrel Girl power is interesting. You know what? I will say the amount of combinations you can go, I think there's a lot more depth to Squirrel Girl than most people understand. You can CC lock somebody for ages if you can get the right click into your ability refresh into another CC right click. I mean, it can be really tough here. And the thing is going to have to be aware, because although you can't grab the thing, you definitely can just kind of lock him down, stun him up, and keep him in place for the rest of your team to hammer away right now. Is DJ on this Star-Lord having a much better performance than they did in game one. Multiple Galactic Legends won them those fights. Okay.
Gonna be a good pace here to start things off, but for Strat Pack, they lose DJ early on. This is gonna give a good opportunity for Guardians to kind of come back through in a big way. Especially we see Nooney on the Winter Soldier kind of going crazy, but it's CC again. Thing diff in the house, but Nooney gonna be able to find out Cater Tots. This is not a small pick. Taking away one of the supports. Remember though, for the attack, a little bit easier for them to come back from spawn. So Nooney, he goes out. That's going to be a large removal.
Yeah, and I just love what Maple and DJ have been doing, right? Comboing the bubble into when the Star-Lord dives in with that ability and just uses that massive AoE. I mean, this is stuff you see at the highest level just being implemented right now, and it's honestly been winning them these fights. I mean, DJ dives in, uses the AoE, and the supports are super low. As the Squirrel Girl ultimate does get popped, DJ kills out Synthix. Nooney trades it back here. Still a 5v5, but we see CC just charging into the back line, and Lum and the rest of the gang just cannot seem to handle the thing right now. Armed and Dangerous coming in here. Let's see if we can pick up more kills. A lot of low health bars, a lot of red health bars on the side of Strat Pack, but it's not enough. Maple Zebra once again trying to pick somebody up here, but it's all Strat Pack right now. Guardian of the Sun, they have to reset before they just get absolutely snowballed on Artie.
Absolutely wild. And as you can see, when CC gets in and CC can't be CC'd, and when she can use the C from the team up ability, it's just insane to see all that damage come through.
Oh, it's a lot of C there as DJ has that Galactic Legend available. Clobbering time as well. Vanster has the Squirrel Girl ultimate available. Right now, ult economy in the favor of Strat Pack. Now, if they play these fights right, Artie, they could just win this game outright very soon here. Jaro is going to have to be very selective on how he uses the Luna Snow ultimate.
Oh!
Do not pop it for Vanster as Nooney picks up a kill on the Vanster.
That's going to be huge because Vanster had the ult available. But oh, CC goes out as well. Synthix going to be able to clap through, but DJ goes wild and is able to pick up 3. Maple Zebra able to take out Synthix as well. This is not good for the Guardians of the Sun. This is now an opportunity for Strat Pack to really come in a good way.
DJ.
Looks like they're trying to hold up close, but as Vanster and CC come in, they're going to be putting a few more bodies on the point, get it moving a little bit faster. Right now, Guardians, they're already stacked up by the door. On this point, that Defender spawn is so close, it can be kind of oppressive. Squirrel Stampede almost takes out Chimera, and CC finishes them off. This is actually wild. The double Squirrel Stampede coming through, too. This is going to be a lot of extra damage that they will need to work on mitigating. And as Nooney on that Adam Warlock continues to just throw a little bit of damage outward, it looks like the Strat Packs could be in a little bit of a pinch here.
Yeah, Nooney swapping over to that triple support. Like you said, Adam Warlock just providing that extra burst of healing, that extra damage reduction just may have saved them the round here as they are pushing back Strat Pack. But now, Strat Pack is allowed to reset. They're allowed to kind of assess what's happening. Triple support means that they are going to be lacking damage. McTwisty, though, picks up Cater Tot. That's going to kind of stall them out even more. And Nooney! Oh my god!
That's the thing. With Adam Warlock, he is basically support hella, right? The fact that his left click is a hit scan and it has not been addressed is actually just insane. And Adam Warlock, I think that until you're at like the super high levels, he is so slept on. But it is really going to be showing off how powerful it is when you are in a triple support composition like the one that they're in now.
Dancer.
But unfortunately, Jaro goes out, as we can see. Nooney unable to heal through it, but he's got the born again. No worries. That's going to revive both of the strategists here. Bring everybody back up.
Enough?
No doubt huge. Is it enough? McTwisty!
Picks up a double kill with the Meteor here and is now just W-keying onto the rest of Strat Pack. With 2 members down, Strat Pack, you've got to back out. You've got to assess yourself. You've got a couple more fights left in the bank here. Really good use of that ultimate, but now DJ has the Galactic Legend available, and Artie, Nooney doesn't have ultimate. Jaro doesn't have ultimate, and Chimera is far away from the Invisible Bearer. This is the fight for DJ to win. This is the fight that Strat Pack, if they want to take the round, if they want to make it 1-1 apiece in this best-of-3 series, DJ has to pop off with CC in the background ready with that clobbering time. These two are the ones I'm watching for this next fight.
Absolutely. DJ needs to be able to get this ult timed right. Looks like he's going for it now. Into a good spot. He's got the snowflake on from Luna Snow. He's in the back line. Maple Zebra opens up with a pick on a Noonie. Noonie's going to be able to use a passive, but let's see what DJ can do in the meantime. Takes out one, takes out Synthix. He's going to be going crazy, following out to try to find the final shots onto Jaro. Let's see if he can do it. Jaro survives Big Twist. He doesn't. Noonie tries to escape, but he's going to get shot in the back as CC and DJ advanced her. They clean it up, and that's going to be Strat Pack getting a full team wipe, and they lock it in to close out map 2.
When you need a hero, when your ground is on the line, when you need somebody to call, DJ comes sweeping in with that Galactic Legend and absolutely rips through Guardians of the Sun there. Triple support be damned. I just do more damage.
Rip and tear until it is done. And if you're CC, it is right click and right click until they are done. A well-earned MVP from the Thing, as we can see that every single member of Strat Pack has sat up in their gaming chair since map 1.
So I'm excited to see this. I've done a little bit of Rivals before. I casted an event a couple months ago. Since then, so I'm excited to see some of the best get to throw it together for a great charity as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us are relatively still new to Rivals. The game is like 3 months old at best here right now, and not too many tournaments have been happening.
Exactly.
It's really glad to see something like this, a charity tournament coming in, obviously for the LA Wildfires. Don't forget, this is all for a good cause. We are working towards that $500 goal. Right now, I think we're at about 302, so we're maybe looking to get to 400. And like I said, I told Artie the same thing, Will. I'm going to tell you the same thing as well. I heard if you don't donate, you get stuck in permanent losers queue for the season. And I know that I want winners queue for this season too. We're at 327, ding, ding, ding. Actually, just got an update from production. 327 out of $500, so we're very close to hitting that goal here. But as we get into Yggdrasil Path, the Groot that you mentioned, Will, not actually being able to play the game, and CC gets their Thing knocked out of the match here. And in Hulk save, for the first time this best of 3, we are going to be seeing the monster, the Green Giant, come into fruition. But I like that Namor ban already.
Yeah, I mean, you see the Hulk save, but then the Namor ban, so the Hulk going to be able to get a lot of value. You have no anti-dive, at least now. We'll see what the strategy is going into that, but you have the Hulk kept, no Namor, so that Hulk going to be getting a lot of value with the dive.
Yeah, and hopefully we see a Winter Soldier coming in, just being able to kind of potentially deal with Hulk jumping in consistently. Also, no Thing available. Yeah, a lot of these anti-dive heroes that we talked about not being available might lead to some interesting scenarios. Vanster is going to be able to get his Moon Knight back. It was banned in game 2. In game 1, one of the shining lights, even in their loss in that round 1, was that Vanster was able to pick up so many Moon Knight ultimates here. Psylocke being saved, most likely going to be going into the hands of Synthix, and smartly done. The Guardians of the Sun are going to say, DJ, you are not allowed to have that Star-Lord. Again, we're taking it off the map here. But what is going to be the final ban for Strat Pack here? I think Wolverine's a good ban here. You could ban out the Luna Snow, but instead they're going to remove the Doctor Strange, because I believe the Guardians of the Sun do have a Scarlet Witch player on their team, and that new team up does quite a bit of damage, Will.
No, 100%. I think, you're seeing the Namor come in with the new patch as well, and the Hulk coming in. If you leave the Hulk, you don't want to leave that Namor available. Those squids, the auto-aim, I mean, it's insane. But, we're going to see the comps coming in right now. Obviously, that Invisible Woman being saved, and both teams are going to, at least for now, pick that up. You see Hulk and Iron Man on the docket right now. Cap is being hovered. Actually, will be switched up to a Magneto. So, couple different things coming into this map right now. You still see a Mantis, an Invisible Woman, so that's going to be one side of the heals. So you see a lot of different comps already going to this one. You have a Hulk, you have a Captain America, both with a Mag, an Invisible Woman, and a Luna. The DPS switching it up a little bit, so we'll be able to see the different value that these heroes are going to be able to get.
And Will, I want to take a special moment to appreciate Maple Zebra's crosshair for the Hulk.
Yeah, that was something.
I think that's the most optimal one, right? That's gotta be. I mean, just a giant circle. I mean, I get it.
45-degree angle. Look at that. That's a beaut.
You can tell that he's carefully crafted this crosshair, and he's going to play right up in the face of this convoy right now, and we'll see how much value he's able to get. Playing that far up, especially against the attacker side, you'll be able to, even if you get a kill, they spawn back so fast, they're so close, but he's just looking to make some noise, and this Hulk Magneto comp coming out from Strat Pack should look to do some damage here as DJ on this Iron Man already picks up a kill on the Synthix. That Gamma boost, absolutely insane. And Iron Man alone got some buffs for himself, now gets armor and a little bit of extra health when he pops into that overdrive, as you're going to see here.
Yeah, you can see all the damage being flooded in right now, and how do you respond to that? You get the cap into the back line, which they try and do, have to back up. You can see the Hulk getting so much value right now, just dancing back and forth on the payload. Look at this, all the attention that this guy demands with that crosshair. It's not just that. The positioning is great. The Iron Man from above, just so much damage being flooded in. As we're going to start to see the team fight taking place with the ultimates. A lot of damage taken. The Hulk actually going to fall, but a bubble by the Magneto will keep him alive momentarily until he can get back into that form. The rest of the attack going to try and hunt that down. Payload starts to push. Moon Knight trying to get back on top. The duel with the Star-Lord. Here start to see the push coming in, but again, the Hulk gets back into its form, gets a kill. Dual Moon Knight ult on the point, and there you go. Just like that, one of the healers down for the side of the defense. Hulk still trying to get value in the back line, but this one, at least so far, seems to go in favor of the attacking team's push. And yeah, the Hulk gonna fall right there. This should be quite a push on the payload.
Guardians of the Sun finally able to kind of push on through. A little bit of back and forth on that first point. I mean, playing so close together. And CC, if you go down, yeah, you're not even going to be able to contest this second point, or at least you're going to get a second contest onto this first point. So it looks like Guardians of the Sun should be able to walk this in relatively easily here. I'm surprised that they haven't swapped over to something hit scan to deal with DJ, but it looks like they're going to try to contest this regardless.
Yeah, they're going in with the Invisible Woman ult right now, and that will nullify the Guardian of the Sun going in with the Psylocke, but still it's awkward right now. A Luna point to keep them back on, and a Cap ult to go down as well, just right on the supports. Gonna take down one, the Invisible Woman will fall. McTwisty just doing so much work on this Captain America, and that will clean up the first point, going in favor to Guardians of the Sun. Great ult time usage right there to make that one happen.
Yeah, really, really well played from Guardians of the Sun there, and McTwisty on this Captain America. Because Thing is not available, because CC can't swap, again, they just don't have a viable answer into this Captain America. It's just been diving their supports on repeat. Looks like finally Strat Pack are going to look to contest this second point here. Their first real fight, I'm going to say, as they've been staggered pretty consistently. And DJ on this Iron Man has been getting some picks here and there, but just has not had the ultimate usage that we expected. McTwisty throws the shield onto Vancer. That's a 5v6 once again.
The Psylocke almost got another kill there. You can see all of the pressure coming from the backline on the side of Strat Pack. It's just so hard for them to get anything going right now. Guardians of the Sun want to keep up the damage. A Luna ult coming in here to try and keep it alive, but McTwisty for Guardians of the Sun, he continues to just obliterate the backline. But here's the change up here for Strat Pack. Get a couple of kills going their way. Moon Knights will trade back and forth, and McTwisty still trying to get this done, and ult comes on in. The Moon Knight just trying to finish up these kills.
McTwisty!
But guess who? McTwisty continues to do so much damage for Guardians of the Sun. And this attack still on right now. This fight is still going on. The Hulk has the ult to keep stalling this one out too, to allow the supports to come back. Still have a Luna ult there, and the Hulk will fall. Still Magneto pushing forward, and this seems to be another fight win going in favor of Guardians of the Sun.
Finally, Hulk ults here. Maybe look to make some space right now. Let's see if we can get the combos going. Has the ability to just one-shot the backline, but they do a really good job bursting him down. And CC has swapped over to the Penny Parker. Potential answer for McTwisty, who has been diving the backline along with Synthix here. You have to maybe switch it up right now as the second point going to be coming to a close for the Guardians of the Sun here, and they're going to have to push it on to third point. As I say that, though, never mind. Strat Pack thinks they can defend it. They want to go one more tussle before point two gets capped, and McTwisty takes out hard out right now. One support goes down, and unfortunately, DJ on
Look at this
this
guy
Iron
go.
Man just isn't able to get anything. McTwisty bumps the ultimate.
Yeah, he's just doing so much pressure right now, and they all have to flood into the point where everyone else from Guardians of the Sun is ready to mow him down. Second point will be picked up, even getting a stagger onto DJ. And this has just been clinical so far for Guardians of the Sun. Strat Pack, this is arguably one of the easiest points to hold in Rivals right now. This third point here,
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to do it? They have the Invisible Woman ult available to them, but everything else has to be charged very quickly. Luna only halfway there. They're already trying to get involved early, but look at this. The tanks are going to pick each other off. Invisible Woman will fall. Nuni just doing a great job getting all of these picks early. Even has that Magneto ult if he wants to use it, but the staggers are wild right now for Guardians of the Sun. Just applying so much pressure, there's not an answer. This Moon Knight needs to try and get out, but Nuni says no. Now look at this. All the staggers are so good, and that payload already halfway to the objective.
Yeah, and like you said, this is one of the easier points to hold on this map. It's usually around that first bend where it's really, really constricted. But Strat Pack just have not been allowed to play the game. Syntix and the rest of Guardians of the Sun are just doing a damn good job staggering. This might be the first 6v6 we see on this point here. Ultimate's available. CC does have that spider going. Maybe he's going to pop the ultimate there. She's really going to go in. Lum pops the ultimate, drops the moon onto the rest of the team, and it's even right now. It's a 2 for 2. Let's see who can go down. Maple Zebra goes down, though. McTwisty once again, along with Syntix, just diving the backline. It doesn't matter if you have the Penny ultimate available. McTwisty and Syntix are the nightmare under your bed.
Yeah, this Luna ult to come in right now to try and stall some of the damage that this Cap is getting. Gonna keep everyone alive on the point, and that was their only defensive ult for now. That Invisible Woman still so far away, and ults need to be charged up quickly for the side of Strat Pack because the pressure so insane right now. And you see the backline dive. Once again, Syntax will fall to the Penny. But McTwisty still continues to terrorize this backline of Strat Pack. Guardians of the Sun just doing everything they need to right now. All the picks will go in their favor. They're going to put 3 on the card, and that will be a phenomenal first pitch push coming in for them. So much time considering what they were going through still left on the clock. 1:18, a point capped. I mean, that was as critical as you can get on that initial push.
Yeah, I mean, that first point was a little tough for Guardians of the Sun, but once they finally broke through that Hulk that was just contesting them in the beginning, it was smooth sailing from there. Point 2. I don't even think we got to see a proper 6v6 fight between these two teams. The amount of picks that were coming in, and then as you kind of roll into point 3, stagger after stagger after stagger. I mean, Strat Pack just could not get it together, partially due to their fault, but also a very good job from Guardians of the Sun, just kind of pushing the envelope, taking space there. Was looking a little dicey out those last 2 minutes, but like you said, 3 points on the board here with 1:18 to spare. I mean, even if this does go into overtime, I feel like Guardians of the Sun can just kind of push this and really take a stranglehold on this map.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a hard push to deal with if you're Strat Pack, because now you got to push this payload and you have to follow up quite the performance coming in from Guardians of the Sun. Actually, we see a little switch up right here. Looks like DJ is going to go over to the Punisher and has that rocket team up for the infinite ammo. Only 1 tank coming in for them as well. This will be an interesting strategy to see how they go in triple heal. How will this play out? Onk's going to go down early and the push already on. You can see this point from Guardians of the Sun, a little more passive, not getting super in your face like they did on the attack. Content to just play it back, except for McTwisty. Wants to get active with that Captain America. But already taking some early damage, going to have to fall back. This is a good initial push coming in for the side of Strat Pack. That infinite ammo dropped down on the Punisher. You can see all the ammo that has done. Still have to deal with this backline dive. And the thing with McTwisty, he's in there, but he's doing such a good job of living. But Strat Pack will get both those picks. Syntax will fall on that Mr. Fantastic. You can see they already want to get in and active, try and get these staggers. The Squirrel Girl doing everything they can to push the pressure. And it's a good stall for the moment. They're doing a good job of living to try and get those pieces back. But a low Luna slow on Jaro will fall. Maple Zebra will take him down. CC as well on the rocket, doing a little bit of damage. And all of these players are so staggered right now. And this already seems like they got to play for the next point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe these two teams are just offensive-minded right now. Both defenses looking a little flimsy at the moment. Syntax as well on this Mr. Fantastic, something they've busted out before in previous defense on the Convoy maps. But with this Punisher and the Rocket Raccoon team up, wait a minute, he's looking to go jumping in onto DJ. Fortunately, Syntax goes a little too deep, is unable to get those kills. Let's see if he's going to be able to get back to his team. No, DJ repays him the favor. It's another stagger, like you mentioned. Infinite Ambo gets dropped as well. We see Lum have that Moon Knight ultimate available. Let's see if he's going to drop it onto the heads of Strat Pack here.
Yeah, look at all this damage coming in right now with the Punisher ult from DJ. Gonna drop one of the supports. That's Warlock. That goes down. Not able to res themselves, but look at all the ultimates being exchanged right now. This could be huge if they can land it on the Luna, cancel the ult, but there's a Magneto bubble on it right now. That is massive. Maple Zero, 2 supports down, gets himself a 4th, and by himself he is completely wiped up this point, and Strat Pack will push this to the 3rd point.
Maple Zebra gets a triple on that ultimate and then picks up 2 more for the road. That was all Maple Zebra there, and DJ picks up onto Syntax, not even allowed to ult there. They're so staggered right now. Point 2 gets taken. You guys got to go back. You got to defend point 3. You guys might actually get routed by Strat Pack. 5.5 minutes for this team to push on to point 3, Will.
Yeah, this is insane right now. The way that they're able to stagger these last couple of players on the fight. It has been the difference between them getting a fresh fight halfway through the payload's push and then, the beginning where you can actually fight for it. Look again, Syntax gonna fall to Magneto of Maple Zebra, who has been on fire in winning these fights. Squirrel Girl Trap will go down. Trap up McTwisty, who has switched off that Captain America. The heals are going to come in, and look at the ultimate charge going in right now for Strat Pack. You have both of your support ults that you would like. The defensive ults, one of those going to come in, even though Mr. will fall, able to get rezzed by that rocket. Still, so much pressure coming in. The damage boost right now. It's a good timed Moon Knight ult to come in. Going to take down one of the supports, and now, finally, Guardians of Sun going to start to push back. I think they're going to win this fight right here, and they're going to force a reset out of Strat Pack. Great job handling those defensive ults coming in for Strat Pack as well. They cycled both of them, and that is what they needed to try and stall for a long 4.5 minutes left.
Finally getting their feet into the ground here. Into the sun, like you said, 4 minutes. They have to hold this point at least they have to hold it for 3 minutes so that they can get the time advantage here. But it doesn't look like they have a formidable answer for this Punisher Rocket combination. This triple support coming out from Strat Pack absolutely is shredding through the defense of Guardians of the Sun here, and they've matched finally. Syntax not going to be able to pop that ultimate. Vanster has it ready to go, and Lum and the rest of the gang. Nooney does have that res available here. No kills have been coming out. McCliskey doing a damn good job. Here comes the ult, drops it onto DJ's head immediately when that ultimate gets popped here, but Maple Zebra has his ready to go, and we already saw he was able to do it at once. Picks up a triple kill last time. I'm sure if anyone on the side of Guardians of the Sun, Jaro or Chimera, pop their ultimates, Maple Zebra is going to be there with the Meteor, but that pick is going to stall out this offensive just a little bit longer. And another Moon Knight ultimate coming in. Lum doesn't get a kill with it, but is able to push back Strat Pack here. And all the meanwhile, the clock has been ticking. Will, we talked about them having 5 minutes. We are now 3 minutes left until the round is over.
Yeah, this has been an insane stall. They had to deal with everything right there, too. Even had DJ getting rezzed by the rocket, and they were still able to keep up the pressure, even when a 5v6 was back into a 6 versus 6. Squirrel Girl getting dropped low right here. Syntax gonna have to be revived, or healed up, excuse me, a little bit. But still, all of this damage doing so good, and they have to deal with the ults once again. This ult fight, I mean, I think this is gonna be massive right now. Invisible Woman, Squirrel Girl, you got the Luna, you have the Adam Warlock on the side of Guardian of the Sun, double support ults, and a Magneto ult coming in for the side of Strat Pack. And you can see right now, it's just about building those ults right now. No one gonna fall, just trying to do a ton of damage. But as I say that, here comes the Squirrel Girl ult, and that is gonna be rezzed by DJ. So we're even right now, and the Invisible Woman ult will keep everyone up right now. They still have another one to cycle through if they need it with the Luna. And now that ult has been built up by Maple Zebra. We have seen how massive he has been. CC on the rocket actually gonna get the pick. And this Moon Knight ult not going to find the value that it was looking for. It split them up momentarily, but look at all of the grouping going on right now for the sides of Guardians of the Sun, doing so much damage and holding this point in a huge way. The Squirrel Girl will try and respond back with all of that utility. And look at that. So there you go for Vance. They're going to take down 2. The Magneto ult will come down, and this is huge if this can find the value. A race to come in. So just like that, but it's instantly put down by Maple Zebra. And the push is starting to go further and further. 1 minute and 40 left. And look at all this damage that's being done The mag of Maple Zebra trying to do so much more damage, and they will. And the res from Adam Warlock will fall. And now all the stagger coming in. You're going to have a touch with the Luna Snow ult. And this will buy time, but they don't have any other resources except to get on the point. There's no ults to stall any further, at least for right now. We've seen how fast these ults can build, but look at all the kills going in favor of Strat Pack. The squirrels come in to just wipe everything else up. Only 2, now 3 players remaining. After 1 comes back down to 2, just Syntax left alive, but not going to be able to get the touch. And just like that, Strat Pack will answer back with a great push of their own around the same time, only 16 seconds slower than the side of Guardians of the Sun. These teams are pouring everything into these pushes.
Yeah, a minute and 2 and a minute and 18. I think they really had to make sure they didn't get it under that 1 minute mark, because then they would have been awarded extra time for Guardians of the Sun here. And I felt like if Guardians of the Sun came out with that composition that they had on that point 3 and point 1, we would have seen a much different story. I think we dropped the Mr. Fantastic. DJ and the rest of the gang are willing to opt in for that Rocket Raccoon Punisher team up. Rocket Raccoon right now got an insane amount of buffs. The ultimate with the extra damage boost. Now it also heals you as well. I mean, it just makes it so that it is insanely viable. You can pop it anytime, anywhere. You saw Vanster, how many kills they were able to get with that empowered Squirrel Girl off the Rocket Raccoon ultimate. But it does look like Strat Pack are going to be the first team to push, because they ended with less time. They have a minute and 2 seconds to push it as far as possible here. And if we can tell by anything from the defensive of point 1, both of these teams relatively flimsy.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams' attacks have been insane. You know, it's really been down to that 3rd point, but now when you come into overtime, both teams with about a minute and change left. Guardians of the Sun obviously have that extra 16 seconds. They're going to try and make use of that on the hold down right now. Both teams have found their comp that has worked. They're going to stick to it. Some early damage coming in. No one to fall just yet, and those support ults will be charged quickly. That's one thing with all this damage going in. These support ults have been ready to cycle at all times, and that's an early kill coming in. Vanster going to fall on the Squirrel Girl, and that's a lot of the damage that Guardians of the Sun have been pumping in, have been from that character. The mag duel going on right now in favor of McTwisty. Will take down Maple Zebra, and the res will come in, so he's right back. But right now, very good hold for Guardians of the Sun. They've gotten a couple of stagger, and look at this from Maple Zebra. Have to back all the way
20
up.
seconds.
Get some of that healing. Down to 20 seconds already. So it's about to get wicked on the point right now. All these ults getting charged. You can see that's the game plan right now. Everyone's trying to take heaps of damage and do their own to try and charge some of these up. Only one on the board right now is the Moon Knight ult. That's going to go down, and we'll get a kill on one of the players trying to run out of it. Just still doing so much damage, looking for the rocket. Right now, the squirrels are going to come in, but Syntax with the Punisher ult, mowing everything down. Find himself 4. Overtime is going to tick down, and he has him locked in the spawn door. I don't even think they're going to be able to get a touch. That is an insanely good hold from Guardians of the Sun.
Beautiful hold. Lum building that Moon Knight ultimate so quickly to split the rest of the team apart, allows Syntax to then build up that Punish ultimate. And like you said, a quadra kill to end that round here. Now, we did see Strat Pack implement a very interesting strategy, right? They had that Hulk positioned up right at the cart. Will they be able to execute that again? The fact that DJ and the fact that Syntax and the rest of the gang are opting in and willing to play that Punisher Rocket Raccoon team up might dissuade that Hulk here. But I don't know if it'll dissuade Strat Pack from holding up right in the faces of Guardians of the Sun here. They've only got to push it 25 meters. Let's say 26 to make it even. 25.91 to get it past here. That is not a lot of distance.
Yeah, that should be very doable for the side of Guardians of the Sun. But again, we saw how insane that hold was from them with only about a minute to push the payload. Looks like they're going to go up top here, try and switch it up, try and negate some of the damage that comes in when they just spam all your abilities into main. So we're going to go top left. Still similar comps coming in. You still have that triple heal for both. You have to check for both teams. As you get, there's so much damage, it feels like you need the triple heals right now.
Yeah.
Not that far to push this one home. They're going to bunker down Realize that no one's coming in for main, and yeah, look at that. That is giving them the high ground right now, and that's going to
Oh,
lead to an opening
wow!
pick. And just like that, already in favor of Guardians of the Sun, the res will come in, so still at a 6 versus 6. That's a great pick, and look how far they already have gotten to the objective.
Maple.
Zebra gonna take down the Invisible Woman. That's one of the heals down. They have to do so much more stalling right now. Damage going back and forth. Everyone just trying to build up their ult. As we mentioned, low HP. Advanced
goes
will
down.
fall. Maple Zebra gonna trade that one out, so we're even right now. But Maple Zebra
Strat
taking
back.
it into his own hands again. The res to come in. This is just so chaotic right now, and it's going in favor of Guardians of the Sun. As you see that ultimate from Rocket doing so much damage, boosting just the Magneto left here, and they're gonna push this one all the way home. And what a thriller of a map 3 will end in favor of Guardians of the Sun. That is as close as it can get.
That is exactly as close as it can get there. Both teams ending 3-3 with a minute plus left on the clock, and they're just able to get that going. Lum does an amazing job carrying that fight. A well-deserved MVP for themselves here. And Will, I'm so glad I got to share this best of 3 with you. This final game between these two teams. Guardians of the Sun will move on to the upper bracket, as well as Strat Pack will be knocked down to the lower bracket to play.